Hello there, and welcome back to Accented Gaming. This is a little bit different of a video today, but it's something I really wanted to talk about because, well, I love this game. I just got done watching ThirtyVirus's latest Rant video, and I urge you to go watch it if you haven't already, and it inspired me to weigh in on the situation. So, if you don't mind listening to some random dude ramble while fishing is happening in the background, let's get to it. So, just a couple things before we get into this. I am in no way, shape, or form an expert at this game. I would call myself early to mid game at best. I also have a lot more patience for this game than 30 does, but that's probably down to him playing the game longer than I have. Things definitely become more frustrating the more time you have invested because, well, passion can be both positive and negative. I urge you to ask others about this, or more importantly yourself, and please don't create your opinion around someone's YouTube video, including this one. The first thing I wanted to talk about was the idea of the death of the early to mid game. I 100% believe this to be true. I just started a new co-op profile with a friend who's new to Skyblock, and thought, hey, why don't I use some of my gems that I have from my other profile and skip the early game? Just because, well, gems go across all of your profiles if you didn't know that. Well, you can't do that right away. You have to wait a bit. They've time-gated the community center, so your profile has to be a certain age before you can use it. I don't know what that age is, but I just had to wait a certain amount of time. During that time that I was waiting, I decided to do all the early game grinds to try to get money. So, I farmed wheat, went to the deep caverns, and got my skills up to use the bazaar. I had a blast. It was so much fun working towards something, and only having me and my friend to count on to get there. When I eventually got the cookies, all I did was I used money to spam minion upgrades, and I immediately started building a sugarcane farm. My friend missed a lot of what this game had to offer in the early game, and didn't really learn anything, so I had to kind of fill him in. Now this could be good, or a bad thing, depending on who you ask, of course, but it just didn't feel right. And can I just take a second here just to kind of highlight how much better my friend is at building than I am? We just started this island and it looked way better than my garbage island. So, is this bad? Are you stupid if you do this? No, absolutely not. I'm not going to judge you for how you play a game. It is human nature to take the path of least resistance, and the temptation is always there. This is coming from a guy who refuses to buy a legendary fishing rod, because I want to earn and make it myself. That's important to me. I still skip stuff. My latest video just showed me farming coins to get most of my fishing minions to tier 10. And yes, I used my sugarcane farm to do this. Do I think you're cheating yourself out of an experience? Yes and no. Yes, because that's how I play grindy games, but no, because you get to decide what fun is. I think really the bigger problem is the game itself and how it's designed. 30 hit the nail on the head when he talked about the lack of incentive to grind. When the grind itself isn't fun, and the rewards you get from them don't really have any value at the end of the day, what's the point? Why are you doing it? Of course you're going to want to skip it. But then you realize you're just skipping to another step of the ladder, and you're faced with the same situation again, and again, and again. So let's talk about another game I play, World of Warcraft. I've played the game since it first came out over a decade ago. It had a lot of fun grinds, and a lot of boring ones, but at the end of it all was super cool items that everyone wanted. Exclusivity breeds desire, and that is what makes grinds worth it. With current World of Warcraft, the grinds are boring, the rewards really mean nothing, and it just feels soulless. This creates burnout. People won't do this forever, because once you kind of catch on to what's going on, you're like, should I even invest my time into this anymore? And it eventually kills the passion and the community a game like Hypixel Skyblock should have. It's not all bad. I still love this game because I play it at my own pace. I don't judge any of you on how you play this game. You might not have a lot of time to play, which I totally understand. Currently, right now, I work part-time and I go to school full-time. So I have to get up at 6 a.m. every morning just to get some hours into the game so you guys can have a video to watch at the end of the week. A lot of people are in similar situations. They just don't have the time to put in. So any sort of time skips that you can get seem pretty good. And maybe the economy aspect of the game is what you love the most, which I believe it is for a lot of people. A lot of people like playing the auction house and the bazaar, and really all they care about is how much money can I get. So in that regard, I disagree with 30 that it's all bad. However, I do think things do need to change. I think having items, gear, or cosmetics that aren't sellable, are desirable, and are only reached through effort would be very healthy for the game, and things I would like to see. Because, like I said, I don't have a lot of time, but I don't mind if there's something out there that I have to work towards to get. Maybe it'll take weeks, maybe it'll take months. It just depends how much time you can put into the game, but just think of how you would feel once you got there. And I think that feeling right there is missing from this game. And I think that the skill system from Hypixel Skyblock was made with this in mind, but I think it should be expanded or kind of worked on a bit, but kind of the same idea. I'm not a game designer, so I'm not going to sit here and tell Hypixel, or more importantly you, how to play or design this game. However, I love playing this game, and I love this community, so I think things definitely need to be looked at, or at the very least discussed. Of course, I get my first sea emperor while fishing while I'm doing a video like this. Are you kidding me? I even got myself a flying fish. This day is awesome. Super excited. I haven't gotten a sea emperor yet. That was my first one, if you can believe it. What level am I? What level am I right now? Let's go to my skills. I am fishing 24, almost 25, and that's my very first sea emperor. I'm telling you, man, my luck isn't always that great. So thank you. Thank you very much for watching today. And that's kind of everything I had on my mind. I wanted to get it out there because what 30 was talking about is something I'm also passionate in, and it inspired me the way in. So I don't want to step on anyone's toes. It's not what I'm trying to do here. I just think that we have to look at both sides of the situation. Obviously, people are going to go into these systems that are in place because why wouldn't you, right? So I don't think anyone's stupid for doing that, but I think that the game could use kind of a change in direction to make it more healthy. And I think that's very important. So, thank you. Thanks for listening to me ramble. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.